What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Andrew RFC, and welcome back to another FIFA 19 rating looking video. Of course, we try to base this off how I think EA are going to be rating the following teams and players going into FIFA 19, and as well based on their real life performances. And as I've said in the last video, if you haven't seen that one, make sure you go check it out. We looked at the Liverpool team rating. Today, we are obviously going to be looking at Arsenal. But how I've said I think this is going to work, it's going to be based off a lot on the World Cup and, of course, the season prior and how a lot of these players did at their old club moving into their new club as well. If you are new here, though, make sure you do leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not subscribed already for more FIFA 19 gameplay content and just predictions all overall. We're going to start off right away with what are probably the Arsenal bench players. Now, obviously, you do see two 84 rated players there, and the biggest reason is, well, one of them shouldn't be starting. He probably won't be anymore, and the other one is injured, and that's obviously Petr Cech and Laurent Koscielny. I still don't know how to say his name after all these years, I'm not gonna lie. But Petr Cech I have being downgraded by, I believe, 2. I think he was an 86 in FIFA 18, but moving into FIFA 19, I see him being an 84 rated, simply because he is getting older, and he isn't the same Petr Cech that obviously we remember from the days of Chelsea, and obviously now I think he's overtaken at Arsenal and lost his starting position. So I think a downgrade is fair based off his age, but obviously if he does play well or go to another team, we could still see informs or many other things like that. But I think to start the game in 84 is a fair rating for Cech, seeing that downgrade. Then we got Laurent. I got him as an 84 as well, keeping that rating because I still felt he was pretty decent for Arsenal. Of course, he had a very big injury at the end of the year. I shifted his stats around just a little bit. Now, don't really mind the stats too much because obviously I don't know the formulation. I kind of just went with the way I thought it would go, but more so importantly, how the overall should be. So I got him staying at an 84 as well, just because I feel like it is a fair rating. I think he's a very good defender, especially for Arsenal. He probably still has a bit to give for the French national team. Of course, didn't get to play at the World Cup due to that injury, but still an 84 rating overall is very fair. We move over to the first ones to watch card, and that is 79 rated Torreira, coming over from Italy, of course, now to Arsenal, and I think this is going to be a good little card for him. I gave him a bit of an upgrade, I believe, from his FIFA 18 card. You could see if his stats are anything like that, that's going to be a good card, I think, to start the year with. And if you could pick up as a once to watch very early on and for cheap, I would not mind having that card. Torreira, of course, is going to have to fight and try to get his way into the starting position of the team, but I feel like a 79 rated is fair after his success with Uruguay as well last season over in the Serie A. So I didn't include the likes of Niles and Guendouzi. Reason being, Niles, I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't know too much about him. He's looked okay to start the season, and Guendouzi as well. Again, he was actually not an Ultimate Team last year, at least from what I've seen. And again, a player I don't know too much about, so I don't think it's fair if I really give him a rating. But if you are an Arsenal fan, let me know down below, or even if you've known him from before, let me know what rating you think he deserves down below. But right next to Torreira, we have the next ones to watch card, and that is Stefan Lichtsteiner. And I have never been a fan of this guy at all in my life, but I think he was going to be a very good signing for Arsenal. I think he gives a little bit more than what Bellerin does in terms of the physicality side for the Premier League, as well as when they need to defend. I think he's going to be a nice little right back and a good ones to watch card. Now, I know the ones to watch rule is usually players under 30, but I think they should just be giving them to every player who has moved to a big team, for example, like Arsenal. So I think Lichtsteiner should be getting a ones to watch card. We move over to the left wing back, Kolasinac, and I kept his card the exact same. 81 I think is fine. I don't think he really warranted anything to get a downgrade or an upgrade, so I think keeping him at an 81 should be okay, considering the other guy that we do have at the left back position. Granit Xhaka, to me, has been one of the worst signings, I think, for Arsenal. Again, another player I have never really been a big fan of either overall, and I think he really showed it last year with Arsenal, not being the best player, not being the greatest player. So I did downgrade him only by 1 to an 81, but keeping him a non-rare. But his stats overall not looking the greatest for an 81 card, with that 49 pace, 79 passing, and the 76 physical is fine, but again, that pace, and just like it was last year, I don't really see him being a usable card like he was in FIFA 18, and neither will he be in FIFA 19. We've now downgraded Danny Welbeck to a 78 rated card. Again, not getting a lot of playing time. He got some under Wagner, and when he did, he was usually on the left and not too much up front. We did keep him as a striker card though, and you could just see, again, maybe for starter squads, if you pack him in your opening packs, whatever, 78 rated, non-rare, that's where I see Danny Welbeck right now. El Neni I kept the exact same as well at a 77 rated. I don't think he's warranted anything for a downgrade or an upgrade, so I think keeping him in this spot is probably the most fair, reason being there. We now move over to the goalkeeper and the defense for Arsenal as of right now. We're looking at right away another ones to watch. It's pretty crazy to see Arsenal making all these signings. 85 rated Bernard Leno. Now Leno I have at an 85, again, no upgrade, keeping him just basically about the same, and I think that's fair for a new goalie coming to the league, as well as being a ones to watch card. Hector Bellerin has got a downgrade to an 80 rated. Again, I've never been a fan of Hector Bellerin. 80 rated I think is fair because defensively he has not been that good for Arsenal. Of course, an attacking threat, but even in that case, prone to making mistakes and being caught out of position. I think an 80 is fine with a very, very high pace card. Good dribbling, but other than that, not too much to show for. Mustafi as well has gotten a downgrade, and I'm solely basing this off the first couple games of the season where he has been pretty woeful for Arsenal. He has not looked that good, even last year, looking a little bit suspect on defense. Going forward off corner kicks and set pieces, he's looked absolutely great, but in the defensive third, it's a big question going forward for him. So a downgrade to 83 I think is the right move. 86 Socrates, the next ones to watch, the man coming from Borussia Dortmund. Honestly, I think this card could be arguably an 87 as well. I think he is that good. He is such a good player for Dortmund as well. He's already started the season very well for Arsenal. 86 though being fair, keeping him just about the same as he was last year. Don't really see a downgrade coming at all, and I think he's going to be a very good ones to watch card to pick up because I think he's going to be pivotal for Arsenal going forward. Nacho Monreal we're also keeping at an 80 and at the left back spot. No real changes to him. I think he was actually pretty decent for Arsenal last year, so I don't see really anything happening with him there. We now move on to the midfielders for Arsenal, and first we got Alex Iwobi at 77. Gave him a bit of an upgrade. I felt that his FIFA 18 card didn't really do him justice. I know he's not the greatest player in the world, but he's not a bad player neither, so I did give him a little bit of an upgrade heading into FIFA 19 at that 77, 81 pace, and again, that more so a dribbler to get through guys and try to put the ball into the area. Aaron Ramsey I've given the 82 rating for. I still think Ramsey is a very quality midfielder. I've never really had any issues with him. Also, there's rumors about him leaving next season or at the end of this one or even in January because I believe his contract is coming up. But 82 overall and a center mid card for Aaron Ramsey to me seems very fair. Mesut Ozil sitting on an 87 at cam. I believe this is a downgrade by one after his performance at the World Cup with Germany, and just I think it's the inconsistency of Ozil. When Ozil is on, he is definitely one of the best midfielders in the world, point blank, no questions asked. But when he is off, he just looks like the slowest, sluggish, worst player you could probably find. I still think it's a decent looking card with the 86 passing and 85 dribbling. Of course, the pace and shooting is not the greatest, but to set up plays for FIFA 19, Mesut Ozil could still be your guy. I got Henrik Mkhitaryan at 84 for FIFA 19 as well, and I think it's going to be a very decent right mid card. 85 pace, 85 dribbling, 78 and 79 for shooting and passing. Probably could warrant about 4-star skills as well. So I would definitely be looking forward to a card like that. I think he would be very good for Premier League teams going forward. And now we have the two strikers of the Gunners, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Lacazette, I have warranting a downgrade by 1 to 84 rated. Now, I think this is, again, a little bit fair. He was an 85 last year, but an 84 is okay. He struggled with some injuries, but when he has played and when he is on, which is the most important thing, kind of like Ozil, when he is on, he is obviously a very deadly player. So this is still going to leave a lot of room for him to get upgrades throughout the year. And Aubameyang sitting at 88, I think he is Arsenal's best player probably right now. Still going to have that high pace and shooting just like he did. Probably low on the skill rating as well, but just to finish goals and just to get behind the defense, an 88 Aubameyang to me is fair. Now, if you disagree or agree with any of the ratings, let me know in the comments below. I am always looking for feedback as well. Let me know which team we should be doing next. Gonna have another video coming out in the next couple days of a team coming from Spain. That's the latest one that we got right now, but of course, any requests, let me know. It's been your boy Andrew RFC. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.